Hello everyone, I'm Simon. Solomon's Tales, episode 5 I think. I won't recap, just watch the previous videos. So Solomon, he's just come out of the Jasmine Suites. He's got his large suitcase which is still light as a feather, he hasn't got many clothes in there. Jasmine's on Soi 23 of Sukhumvit Road, Bangkok. Across the road is the lane that runs down to the next Soi 21, which is called Soi Cowboy, which is where all the nightlife is. So he walks down Soi Cowboy to Soi 21, jumps in the tuk-tuk, because of the one-way system it's cheaper to do it, and he thinks, I've only got one more night in Bangkok, I've got a couple more things I want to do before I head off to the next destination. So into the tuk-tuk, Soi 4, tuk-tuk, along, turns right down Sukhumvit, left into Soi 4, it's not far, it's only 5 minutes, less than that. Into Soi 4, he's got Nana Plaza complex on his left, got Nana Hotel on his right. Just about 100 metres down on the left, he remembers a hotel he'd read about. Dynasty Inn or Dynasty Hotel or something like that. Stops there, pays tuk-tuk, always 100 baht. Goes in as a walk-in, 1,000 baht a night. He books one night at this hotel. He knows it's a basic hotel, and they've put him upstairs at the back. So he goes up to his room, got a safe, throws everything in the safe as normal, and quick shower, change. Now, this day he knows there is one thing he wants to do. This is dreams he's had, read about, people have talked about, he's never tried this. This is going to be maybe a once in a lifetime thing as a single guy that he wants to try. And it will involve extended aerobics lessons. Back in the UK he bought some of these original Viagra tablets off friends who told him what they do and what the score is. Now he was told take half a tablet an hour before you want any activities. So he thought this is going to be a good time. He's going to go off and get some breakfast, then he's going to head to this certain place, maybe get a beer first, and then, so he thought, right, so he gets a tablet, breaks it in half, takes half a tablet with some water, bottle of water, free water in the fridge. He's had his shower, he's got changed. Right, he's probably put about 10,000 baht in his pocket. Everything else he's put away, doesn't need a phone, doesn't need anything, all locked in the safe. Off he goes, straight across the road to the bus stop, restaurant, cafe, breakfast. Feel a little bit apprehensive, never took one of those tablets before, doesn't know what's going to happen. Has breakfast, comes out, right, he's going to walks along Soi 4, turns right on Sukhumvit, heading back towards the Jasmine Suites basically. He gets to a Soi on the left hand side, Soi 7/1. Whether it's still there and this establishment still operates, I don't know, but into Soi 7/1, you can see the place on the right, it's called the Eden Club. It's a cafe bar on the right, a few of them on the left. You think, I'm going to get a beer first, flicks to the left. This little bar cafe sits out the front looking towards the Eden Club. It's a little dead end Soi, so there's a few parked cars and things. Sits there with a beer, plucking up the courage, and he's looking across, and in front of him is the Eden Club, which is like a small bar, closed front. To the right, a couple of other little buildings, and the Star Hotel. Now he'd heard that the Star Hotel and the Eden Club somehow connected. He has his beer, he plucks up the courage, he's ready. Once in a lifetime opportunity, he's thinking, I've got to do this. Over to the Eden Club, walks through the door. It's quite a dark, it's not that big, but a sort of longer bar. Bar's on the left hand side, the counter, and he comes in, and the owner, some sort of Norwegian, Denmark, Swedish, I don't know, sort of Northern Europe owner with a beard comes across and starts talking to him, and he says, have you been here before? And he's no. And do you know exactly what we are? And sort of. And you here to actually go through with this, or are you just looking? He's sort of quite pushy, you know. He's sort of, are you wasting my time, or are you here for the enjoyment? And Solomon's like, yeah, I'm here for enjoyment. The guy clicks his fingers and shouts something, and from the back loads of girls appear. So he's come in the door, bars on the left, the wall down the right, on the floor about 3 meters in front of him is a line going across from the right hand wall to the end of the bar. Can't remember what he said, whether Solomon said it was red or yellow line, but it doesn't matter. It's a line on the floor, and the girls lined up against all the way along the wall. There was 5 or 6 on this side of the line and maybe 5 or 6 on the other side. And this was about lunchtime-ish. And the guy explained the situation. Pick a girl from the right of the line. She will pick a girl from the left, unless you have preferences. Gave some indications of what could happen and different choices, but so Solimon looked, and the girls are all stunning, but one in particular, pretty much in the middle of this, on the right here, absolutely, she was tall, beautiful, absolutely stunning. And he said, take that girl. And that girl then indicated a girl further down, and the owner sort of said, well, that will be the other girl coming. And she was stunning as well, a bit shorter, but she was stunning. So he's like, okay. And then the gentleman, owner, said, do you want something out of the cupboard, toys and things? And I'm like, Solomon's like, no. He'd heard stories about the cupboard and thought, no, not. And he had to pay the money there and then. And back then it was something like 4,500 baht, which I think it was about £50 British money, for the pleasure of 2 young ladies, including for 2 hours, and they would then take him to the Star Hotel, to a room next door. Obviously he was very sort of apprehensive, but the girls were professionals. Solomon paid his money, and they then took him out the front along to the hotel and up to a room where he participated in multiple aerobics courses, lessons. Then he watched some other forms of instruction and activities, and the 2 hours passed pretty quick, and they came to an end. Had a shower, back to the bar, but he didn't have to go back to the bar himself. That was it. He was out the door, 2 hours done, finished. And he came out to the front door of the Star with the biggest grin on his face. He just performed. He just had an amazing time. Best aerobics class he's ever been to. It was one thing he'd always wanted to try, and he was not disappointed. Absolutely over the moon, full of confidence now. The magic tablet had worked, and he felt like Superman. He was ready to take on the world. It's an experience he'd never forget. Always stay with him. So this is about 2 in the afternoon. More food. He whips along to the next soy 7, by that beer garden. Yeah, where the girl had anyway, he remembered that food court, and he went in there and grabbed some lunch. I thought, right, one more evening in Bangkok, and he had an idea what he wanted to do, but it was mid-afternoon, so he thought, right, I'm going to go back up to Cowboy now and have a drink in the bars there and watch some shows and things for a few hours. So off he goes, Goes into Longhorn, I think it is, and saw a couple of shows, and Baccarat and a few other go-go's there. Enjoyed himself, had a few drinks. 5ish, back to the hotel, have a afternoon siesta for a few hours, and then up he gets, shower, change, puts about 4,000 baht in his pocket, everything else locked away. Heads round the corner to another sort of food court on the right by KFC, opposite a garage. Gets some Thai food, and he's all recharged his batteries. Still got some after effects from the tablet. His body feels like it still wants to do some more aerobics. So from the first night he remembered Soi Zero. So this is across the road from where he is now, under the bridge next to the railway lines. He remembers there were some little bars down that alleyway. The last time he did the front right bar, so he thought there was a bar down on the left with lots of girls in. I'm going there. And he crosses the road, down he goes. Girls in the right bar recognise him and all start shouting. He's like, yeah, no. Carries on walking. 20 metres down, bar on the left. Single pool table, air conditioning, front enclosed, in he goes. And he orders a drink. There's quite a few girls in there. And then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw two girls. They're on the pool table. They were very slim, shortish hair, with sort of blonde highlights, both of them. They were identical twins. Identical. Never, at this point, he'd never come across twins in a bar. Identical twins. And his eyes just straight open. His mouth, he's got his mouth open. He's like, oh my, oh dear, oh. And he's feeling like he's just conquered the world anyway that day. And this is a hedonistic holiday. He's already thinking, right. And he gets on the pool table, asks to play them both. Starts talking, chatting. He buys them both a drink. Gets chatting. Yep, they are available. He couldn't resist it. He's only had a couple of drinks. Bar fine. He's going to take two girls on again. But these are identical twins. But they're just working in a beer bar. They're not like the Eden Club. Doesn't know what to expect. Bar finds them both. Out. Back to the hotel. What a disappointment. They would not work together as a team. One would go in the bathroom while the other one was doing the aerobics and swap over. But it was just like having one girlfriend, because they'd go in the bathroom and come back and they look the same. Total disappointment, letdown. He thought this was the dream of a guy, a pair of identical twins, gorgeous looking ladies. And it was completely the opposite to the Eden Club. Nothing the same. Oh dear. And it cost him as well. They were keen to get away. Didn't want a long course. And I think he paid 2,000 each. Plus the bar fine for both of them as well, which was probably 500 baht. So that probably cost him the same as the Eden Club, but so disappointed. So disappointed. But it taught him a lesson. Remember, he knows everything, he thinks, already after a couple of visits to Thailand. He's learning quick, but he does not know everything. There we go. That's his girls gone. That's his last night in Bangkok. Tomorrow, plans heading off. Catch you on the next one. Where's he going next? North or south? East or west? Look that one up. Eden Club. See you soon. Bye bye.